special family. Today's topic is heartless and irresponsible internet-backed aunt refusing to look after autistic niece. This is another episode of AITI, MIDAHO. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Autism Mom, and on this channel, we talk about autism and everything in between. If you'd like to be part of the family, click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can know whenever I post another video. So let's get into this story. So here's the story. My husband, 30 male, became the legal guardian to his sister's daughter, who's 17, 2 months ago. She lost her single mom last year. My in-laws took her in, but they were too old. That was when my husband became her legal guardian, despite my concerns. He told me that he would take care of her completely. We got married a year ago after 15 years of dating. I had a very successful career in a very physically and mentally demanding field. I had to travel a lot. We wanted to start a family, and I agreed to be a stay-at-home mom. I quit my job few months into the marriage when I got pregnant. Sadly, I had a miscarriage. Then his sister died, and everything is on hold. In the meantime, I took a part-time job in a related field which allows remote work so that I am not bored out of my mind. My sister-in-law was a nurse. She quit her job to take care of her daughter full-time. Her daughter has a variety of issues, including nonverbal autism, a series of developmental disorders like dyslexia, and severe sensory issues. My husband says that he does most of the work, but he doesn't. Since I'm working from home part-time, most of the caretaking falls to me. She gets angry and has meltdowns all the time. She doesn't like the food I make, and most of the time, she ends up throwing the food at the floor or at me. I am at my wit's end, and it's just so emotionally exhausting. Around December 15, my husband was working late and asked me to take care of dinner. She's very picky about food. The slightest change in texture or taste from what she's used to can cause a meltdown. That's true. Ramsey does that all the time. She threw the plate at my feet and I ended up bleeding. Ooh. At that point, I called my husband and asked him to be home ASAP. He said he wouldn't be able to. I went up to my room and I told him I am not dealing with this anymore. He came hours later and she was still crying. He was absolutely furious at me. At you? I'm confused. He called me heartless and irresponsible. I told him I have had enough of both of their ungrateful behavior. Oh, no. And told him that I'm going to my mom's and I wouldn't be back until New Year's. I don't think she's being ungrateful. I think she's having a meltdown. He panicked and tried to apologize, but I left. He called me every day asking me to come back. I finally came back and he told me that my stunt had forced him to all available leaves to stay home with her. He told me that he was glad I was back. I told him that I contacted my former company and got my old job back, and it starts next Monday. It is in office and requires lots of travel. He asked me who was supposed to stay at home as she cannot be left alone. He has no more leaves and full-time caretakers are too expensive. I told him he promised to take care of everything when he became her guardian and that it was his problem. As you can guess, my family supports me and his family thinks I'm being extremely selfish. So I'm asking judgment from impartial strangers. Am I the asshole in this situation? Ooh, child. Are you the asshole? Well, there's two sides to the coin, but let's see what the comment says, shall we? What does this person say? No, you're not the asshole. You and your husband need to consider if you are able to meet the needs for your niece. Yeah, I think that's a good one. It doesn't sound like either of you are willing to make the sacrifice. Yeah, that's how it looks to me. You were just upfront about it and he wasn't. If he cannot take care of her, then he needs to make suitable arrangement. I love this person's response. This is my thoughts exactly. No, you're not the asshole. Your husband should help around more as she has so many issues. Side note, dyslexia is not a developmental disorder but a learning disability. Okay, we're going to do two more and then we're done. No, you're not the a-hole. Your husband agreed to take her in, knowing full well she had severe special needs. You both went from not having kids to having a teenager with special needs. Obviously, neither of you fully know what you're doing, and her and the burdens of acting as a caretaker are so much. Yes, caretakers can be expensive, but you suggest that alongside returning to what you describe as a very successful job, which should mean there's more household money to afford something like that. I respect you and your husband for taking her in. That's not to say I respect how your husband handled things. But the base act is I respect. The base act I respect. But you taking the job back and recognizing that you weren't able to adequately take care of her in your own was definitely the right call for both of you and her. Yes, I agree. As a professional can be expensive, but you're now back working and there'll be the help you both need in the transition to taking care of her. Last one. This might make me sound selfish, but I would never take care of a special needs child if it wasn't my own. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. The love I would have to give, the love I would have to have would be the love only a mother can give, and it's ridiculous of him to expect that from you. I am dying to know you guys' comment on what you would do if you were in this situation. You and your husband got married, his sister died, and you automatically became the guardian of her teenager special needs child. And it is crumbling in front of you because you realize that you cannot handle this child, but your husband sees it too, but he's not willing to admit it. What would you do in this situation? Please put it in the comments below. And tomorrow I'll post the update, which is part 2. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.